I thought I ruined my parents' dream of having a son by being born a dwarf. I'm a dwarf, and for most of my life, I thought I had changed my parents' whole future. I was their only child, a daughter, even though they had always wanted a son. After I was born, they became scared that another baby might also be a dwarf, so they decided not to have more children. My mom is short, but she isn't a dwarf. My dad is much taller than her, and when I was growing up, I sometimes heard him blame her for my height. He would say things like, "This came from your side of the family." My mom usually stayed quiet. I was too young to understand genetics. I only knew that dad seemed upset about my height, and mom seemed to feel guilty. That made me feel guilty too. I would imagine what our family might have looked like if I had been born differently. Sometimes I thought maybe they would have had another baby if I wasn't born this way. Then, when I was 15, someone said something that made all those feelings worse. I was at a family friend's birthday party when a boy I barely knew asked my age. When I told him, he laughed and said he thought I was a little kid. A few people laughed with him, so I forced myself to smile. Then he looked at me and said, "If I looked like you, I wouldn't want to be alive." I went straight to the bathroom and locked the door. I cried while looking at myself in the mirror, but I wasn't only thinking about his words. I was thinking about my dad blaming my mom and my parents never having another child. I remember thinking, maybe I really did ruin everything. An older woman from the party found me. I told her everything. I told her I felt like my parents had given up their dream of having a son because of me. She hugged me and said, "You didn't choose how you were born. You don't have to apologize for it." Years later, I finally asked my mom the question I had been afraid to ask. I asked, "Did Dad really blame you for the way I was born?" My mom went quiet and started crying. She admitted that he had blamed her many times. But then she told me something I never knew. She had defended me every time he said those things when I wasn't around. Then I asked why they never had another child. She held my hand and said, "We were scared. We didn't know what another pregnancy would bring. We were afraid another baby might have the same condition. But that was our decision. You didn't take anything away from us." Then she looked at me and said something I'll never forget. "Your father wanted a son, but I never wanted a different daughter."